Hello and welcome to another devlog. My name's Layla and together with my husband Jim, we're working on a small open world game called The Third Tourist. After last week's productivity, this week has been a little bit of an annoying battle. We've had all sorts of niggly little things happening, such as this morning the wired network connection to our server, which is in the garage, suddenly dropped speed down to about 100 megabits as opposed to 2.5 gigabits that we normally have. So after 20 minutes of rebooting and testing, it turned out that we just needed to unplug and replug the Ethernet cable into the back of the server. This is a server that doesn't get touched. Why? Other things that have been going on are just niggly bits of code breaking, just whole loads of things that make you feel like you're not making progress, like you've not achieved anything in a day. Now, obviously we have achieved lots because I'm going to show you quite a few things, but it's just niggly little things. Another example is we were updating the packages in our Unity project and we updated something called Crest Water, and as you can see here, it's beautiful during the day, but as we go to nighttime it becomes this ethereal silver sea. Not quite the aesthetic we're looking for. We have raised it with Crest and they're on it, they know what to fix, but it's just yet another little thing that we've had to struggle with. The next thing on our niggly list was, guess what? The lighting manager again. I definitely think we revise this every couple of weeks. This time, the bug that came to light was the lights flashing and flickering, as you can see here. In a previous video, I explained how shadow maps are stored in one giant texture. Well, actually, it's two textures, one for real-time lights and one for on-demand lights. And this is the key to our bug. As we transition from a real-time light to an on-demand light and back again, we actually have to generate a new shadow map in a different texture. For 1 or 2 frames, the light doesn't actually have any shadows, and that's the flash we see. It passes through walls and furniture and basically every mesh. We did experiment with dimming the light for those frames, but that came up with a negative flash where the light disappeared for a frame or 2. So we've come up with this new plan, and it's actually genius, although many Unity developers are probably going to facepalm. We have done away with all real-time lights and we're only going to use on-demand lights. However, where we need real-time shadows, we are just going to demand the light to update every frame. That means we don't have to transition from the real-time shadow map to the on-demand shadow map. Then we just update the lights that are further from the player on a less frequent cadence. In between fixing the light managers and server connectivity issues, Jim has also been expanding the existing mansion. The mansion was one of the first big buildings we constructed, and compared to the rest of the Victorian mansions on Baycliff Road, it kind of looks a little bit piddly. So we felt that we needed to boost it up as it's the player's house, and Bryce, our protagonist, goes and says it's huge, so we decided to make it huge. You can see here that the floor plan is going to be considerably larger, maybe even as much as 50% larger. And here you can see each layer as we build them on: the basement, ground floor, first floor, second floor if you're in the US, and then the attic. We also needed to reposition all of the furnishings inside, and we will need to add a lot more furnishings because the place is that much bigger. The lighting, of course, had a bit of an overhaul. We adjusted all of the levels, and now when we have a little walkabout in the mansion, I think it looks really, really amazing. I am so pleased with this. As for me, I have been working on a cutscene. I'm not ready to share that with you, but I've also been working on a new type of mission, and that is a follow or eavesdrop type mission. In this case, we're going on a ghost tour. You can see we kick off the mission by going into the glowing circle, like many a good game. And then our NPC, this is Rowan, she leads the ghost tour. She's going to tell us a little bit about it. If we get too far away from Rowan, we have this warning pop up, and then we keep on going and she will stop again, turn to face us and tell us the next part of the tour. So we'll be reusing this type of mission for eavesdropping, following, tailing, all of those types. So it's quite a versatile mission type. So that's a quick roundup of what we've done this week. There may or may not be a video next week as we are visiting some family, but we'll see. You never know, I might get one out. Thank you so much for watching. Like always, if you can find the time to wishlist The Third Tourist on Steam, we would greatly appreciate it. And I haven't forgotten about the portals. I'm not quite ready to reveal the final portal design just yet, but it's coming. Maybe next time. See you then. Bye.